Hi, my name's Danny Hickling. I'm a 44-year-old computer programmer from Berkeley Vale on the central coast of New South Wales. Australian Ninja Warrior Season 2. I want in. Last time, I think maybe I put my video in a bit late, so this time I'm getting my video done early. So early, in fact, that I've called my video guy, Kelvin.
Hey guys.
This guy's a great videographer. He turned my video last year from something that I didn't want to show anyone into something that I put up on YouTube because it was so awesome. Obstacle course racing. I've got a bunch of experience. I've been racing for 5 years now. I've done a bunch of local races. I've been competing in the local league for quite a while now. It's something that the whole family's gotten into. I've done a bunch of races now with my boys. They're 11 and 13. I've done a local race with them probably the last 3 or 4 years running. My daughter's done a couple of races with me now, and she's done quite well in those. And now I've roped my daughter's boyfriend into racing as well. Bensley has done a couple of races with me now. We started with the local race, a quite easy sort of fun one. But his second race in, he came out and did the True Grit Enduro with us and raced as part of a team, and he clocked up 20 Ks and did probably about 60 obstacles. One of his laps was in the middle of the night, and I think I've got him hooked now.
He sees Bensley.
I do see Bensley more than I see her. My girlfriend races. She's actually come overseas with me and done a couple of the races. So last year we went over to Paris for her 40th birthday, and I hijacked the trip to go and do a race, which is something that I'm known for. And she joined in with me, and it's one of the toughest races that I've ever done. It was about 14 or 15 Ks, but it was in the UK in the winter, and it was just freezing cold, and she joined in and did that race with me, so it was good fun. The stuff that I've done overseas is the stuff that I would probably talk about most. So I've travelled overseas to do a couple of 24-hour races now. I've done World's Toughest Mudder in 2013, 2014. The first time I went over, I clocked up 80 Ks. It was the first time I'd done anything like that, and it was an amazing experience, and I was hooked. Last year I travelled over to Canada to race in the obstacle course racing world championships. I went over there with my nephew Harry. Say hello to the camera. Harry went over, and we both went over, and we completed 3 races, and one of the big deals for that particular race is that you come back with your band. So if you can't complete an obstacle, they snip your band. You can move on and complete the race, but you get a non-completion time. I came back with all 3 of my bands from all 3 races that I did. One of those races we did together with our coach, so it was a teams event. So it was Harry, me, and our coach Mick, who competed on Ninja Warrior last year. We raced together, and it was an amazing time. We had great fun. Back in 2003, my father was diagnosed with a brain tumour and passed away at quite a young age. And I remember thinking at the time that I needed to start doing some of the things that I'd been putting off, that maybe you don't have forever to do these things. And then in 2009, I got sick and had my own battle with cancer, and I was diagnosed with a nasopharyngeal tumour. And the treatment really smashed me about. It really just left me in such a state that I couldn't do everything for myself. So post-treatment, I got right into fitness and got into training, and it became an obsession, I guess. I call it my version of a midlife crisis. I've been racing for 5 years now, and I've taken on some big races. So I'm not just doing little races, I'm going overseas and I'm competing against the best in the best races. And for most of those 5 years I've been training out at the obstacle course racing school with Mick Gleeson. So it doesn't finish with learning an obstacle. Why learn one technique for an obstacle when you can learn 4? If there's multiple ways to do something, and you can do those things multiple ways, and you've got more tools in your kit for when stuff gets hard. Maybe I can do an obstacle quite easily if I come up to it and it's my first attempt. It's the first obstacle I've done, but Ninja Warrior is not like that. Ninja Warrior is obstacle after obstacle after obstacle. So maybe I need a technique that is good for when I'm gassed, and that's the sort of stuff that we're practicing out of the obstacle course racing school. Those are the skills that I think will get me across the line at Australian Ninja Warrior.
Good, perfect.